from Crystal Sews and Stuff on Instagram. Welcome to the channel today. Today I wanted to share with you my makes for November 2018. So I made 6 things for the month of November, which I'm so happy about. I feel like I got a lot accomplished this month. And so the first 2 things that I made were the Olga cardigan by Rosie Pena Patterns, as well as the Madison cardigan by Style So Me Patterns. And I did a video reviewing these 2 cardigans in my last video, and I'll leave a card right here so you can check it out if you haven't had a chance to. But I really enjoyed those 2 cardigans. So the next thing that I made was the Sapporo Coat, and this is the Sapporo Coat right here. And this is by Paper Cut Patterns. So this is my first coat, and it wasn't as bad as I thought. I cut out this fabric over a year ago. Like, I think I cut it out like the first week of December last year, because it was there was a coat challenge for So Much Talent, and then I just ran out of time. Well, I chickened out for the most part, but I also ran out of time that month because we went on vacation. So I was just scared to make a coat. So I'm glad I went on ahead and made it. And for the fabric, I used this wool. I don't know if it's 100% wool, but it has like a herringbone texture. I really love the fabric. And I picked this up at Savers, which is a local thrift store. And I love going there every now and again to see if they have any new things in the store that people donated. And it was a nice length of fabric. So, and here's the back. So it has really big, has some nice pockets up front. And they're not as deep as I thought they would be. So if I made it again, I would probably deepen the pockets to make them like way, you know, could really put your hand in there. But probably about this much, I would deepen the pocket. So the fabric, again, I told you was from Savers, and the lining fabric was from B&J Fabrics, and it's this like little like animal, silver like animal print polyester satin, and it's just so pretty. It's a really nice it's a really nice fabric store in New York City. They're pretty pricey, and so when I went there, I couldn't afford a whole lot of things. So I got like 2 cotton prints as well as this lining, because those were the things that were in my budget at the time, because the store is a little pricey, but the lining fabric is very reasonable. So again, that was from B&J Fabrics in New York City. This pattern was 42 pages. I bought the PDF version from Paper Cut Patterns, and I sewed a size extra small. I didn't have to, the directions were pretty straightforward. The only problems I ran into were the neck facing. I couldn't tell from the picture how to put it on. So I did check out Jessie Lynn Handmade's video. She has a whole tutorial on how to sew up this Sapporo coat, and her directions on how to sew in the neckline facing as well as how to attach the lining were spot on. They were very helpful, because the rest was pretty straightforward, nothing too difficult or complicated. So I'm glad I checked out her video, because first I sewed the lining on wrong and I had to take it off. So anyway, so if somebody made a tutorial, at least give it a look before you start sewing it up, if you're not experienced with sewing just with coats. But I'm really glad I made this pattern, and I'll have some twirls of me in this coat at the end of the video. So the next thing that I wanted to share with you was a cake that I made, and I made this I just finished this up pretty recently, and actually it was I finished it on December 1st, and this was the pattern for the Sew Your View challenge on Instagram that's put forth by That's So Monica, and the guest host for November was Sewing My Style. So check out the hashtag Sew Your View so you can see all the different makes of this pattern. And that is McCall 7477. And I made this cape out of this wool, this very pretty like camel colored wool. It's a beautiful fabric, and it's a nice thick wool. The other wool for the Sapporo is not too thick, but this is a really thick wool, and it's warm. I wore it yesterday, and it was raining and drizzling and everything, but I stayed totally warm with this with a long sleeve shirt on underneath. So I really love this. And the lining is from Joann's. I use this leopard, like, I think it's leopard print fabric that I picked up from Joann Fabrics. And I did view D, which has the hood, and it has a it was supposed to have a buttons going down, but I had issues with my buttonhole. One, I think I might have sewn this on wrong because the lining is on the back of the front, because when I was looking at other people's pictures, I was like, wait a minute, their lining looked like it started over here instead of all the way over here. So I think that was why I couldn't get the buttons in, because I would have been done on the 30th, which is the end of the month, but I could not get the buttons whole thing on. So I think because it's two different fabrics, my machine was just not having it. So I said, you know what? I tried it on with without the buttons, and I loved the way it looked. So I said, you know what? I just had to unpick the buttonholes because they were all crooked and everything. Fortunately, I hadn't cut through it, but I had to unpick it. It took forever, and it might be one or two threads in the buttonhole placket, but you can't see them. But here's the button placket. So I think I should have sewn it the same way I did the coat and ended up with the lining starting over here. But I like when I wear it, it kind of comes out and shows. So I really like how it turned out anyway. So it was a happy mistake. We're gonna say it's a design detail because I just love how it came out. And I love how the hood shows when you wear it with the lining. And then I wore it with this belt that I picked up at the Goodwill. And this belt is just so awesome. It's like cow print and then leopard print with silver on it. And I probably paid like $3 for it. And then it has these. It has all these different animal prints on the same belt. And I love how it all ties together with the animal print of the lining. So it was a pretty simple, straightforward pattern, except for this part. And I might make it again. I don't know. I have a couple of other cape patterns that I want to tackle. And I forgot to say that I added pockets, because the view that I made didn't have pockets. But I said, well, look, I want pockets, because if it gets cold and I leave my gloves, I want my hands to be warm. So I did do the lining for the pocket with the leopard, and I added those pockets. And I just kind of guessed at where to put it. I just made sure it was lined up evenly on both sides and slanted, because I looked at the picture for view E, which had the slanted pockets. And so I just, you know, looked at how they did it in that view and kind of adjusted it to my version, which is it was a little shorter length. View E is the longer length. But I love how it turned out, and I had just enough fabric to just enough lining fabric for the coat. I barely had enough to get all the hood and everything in, and I think I still have a little bit of the camel color wool left, so I might be able to do a vest or something with that. So again, so those are my two outerwear makes on top of the two cardigans that I made. And then next I made McCall's 7833, and well, I'll leave a picture here so you can see it first. So I made this from a poly spandex that I picked up at the Baltimore D-Stash. And if you haven't seen that video of my experience, it was a big D-Stash event that I went to in May. So I'll leave a card to the video of my experience at the Baltimore D-Stash. And so anyway, I got this fabric. It's a pretty peach fabric with these beautiful floral print on it. And then for the little side tie, I used this turquoise ribbon that I picked up from Joann Fabrics. And the only thing is, because I've been wanting to sew this pattern since October, because this was the Sew Your View pattern from October. So, but I couldn't because my pattern came late. Cause I don't know what's going on with McCall's. Because other people have been telling me they've been having problems with their patterns getting, you know, arriving later than they used to. Because my pattern used to come, like, if I ordered on a Saturday, it'd be there by Wednesday or Thursday. But now it's coming like 2 weeks later or later. So anyway, I wanted to do it for October, and ever since I saw, and I kept seeing all the good patterns, I was like, get in my closet, I need to make that. So anyway, I went on ahead and made it. And the only changes I made is I did add a neckband here instead of a facing. And I kind of wish I'd have done the facing because I think it pulls a tiny bit, nothing major. It's just a little nitpicky thing. But I prefer neckbands over facings because they flip out. But I could have done a facing and maybe tacked it down some kind of way instead, because I like the way it looks without the neckband, I think, that I've seen on other people's makes. But either way, I love it. And when I wore it with some like jegging jeans and some little blue booties that I love. I wear them all the time. And I decided to do that because it was cold. I made this to go to a play because my husband and I would like to go see plays. And when I put it on, it was freezing that night. It was just no way I could wear this dress. And I didn't want to wear it with jeans to a play because I like to wear, you know, nicer outfits like dresses and nicer shoes. Less casual, I meant to say. So anyway, I decided, no, I'm gonna just hold off and I'll just wear it in the spring. Then I was like, how can I wear this? How can I wear this? I was like, I wear some jeans and some boots. So that's how I decided to wear it. And then I'll be able to transition this over into springtime. So because the color is such a springy color. And I don't know, I might make it 3/4 inch sleeves. But then I kind of like the long sleeves. I don't know, what do you think? But either way, I love this dress. It's a little snug, but it's really cute. So the last thing that I wanted to tell you about is what I'm wearing today. And that is Simplicity 8466. And it's the Mimi G for Simplicity style crop top. It comes with a skirt, but I didn't make the skirt. So here it is. Let's see. Here it is right here. And it has nice flared sleeves right here. So it's a really cute style top. I'm just not sure if it's totally 100% what I'm used to because it's so cropped. And I'm used to, and I did lengthen it a little bit, but I maybe should have lengthened it a little bit more. Because when I sit down, sometimes it rises up. But I did add, like, you know, I wear an undershirt under it, so no belly is showing because nobody wants to see the train tracks from my 3 kids. But anyway, I like it, but I don't love it. Just because I don't like the length. I don't know why I didn't think about that before I made it. But anyway, I like the colors. I like the contrast. I like the sleeves, although I'm going to have to, you know, pull them up when I eat and stuff like that. So they won't be in the way. So that's the only thing. But they're so cute. It was a really simple pattern. And I tried to be slick because it has a zipper, invisible zipper in the back. And I tried to see if I could sew it without the invisible zipper because this is a knit fabric, but now with this ponte was not happening. It would not fit over my head. So I had to go ahead and put the zipper in. But it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't hard to put in because I think because it's ponte, I didn't have a problem. Like I've never sewn invisible zipper into like a slinkier knit fabric. But it was pretty just straightforward to put it in like you do any kind of zipper. because it's ponte and it's a nice sturdy fabric. But you do need to add the zipper in the back. You can't skip out on the zipper because you cannot get it over your head unless maybe you have a really small head. My head's not that small. So now I'm gonna show you the twirls on the deck and one on the porch because it was raining when I wore the cape. So here are the twirls of all of my makes for November 2018. So thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye.